Hello people, my name is Linlin A. Camiging, currently taking Bachelor of Science in Fisheries. Today, pag-uusapan natin tungkol sa aquaculture, ang Blue Revolution, at kung paano nagbabago ang fishing industry dito mismo sa Pinas at worldwide. Pero don't worry, it's just a kwentuhan lang naman, hindi lecture. As a fisheries student, meron kaming motto na nagbibigay ng inspirasyon sa amin. Ito ay ang give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Ito yung guiding principle namin, hindi lang sa fishing, kundi sa buhay. Kaya tara, pag-aralan natin ang tungkol dito. Ibig sabihin, kapag binigyan mo lang ng isda ang isang tao, mabubusog siya. Pero sandali lang, bukas magugutom ulit siya at aasa ulit sa iyo. Pero kung tuturuan mo siyang mangisda, ibig sabihin, bibigyan mo siya ng skill para makakuha ng pagkain kahit kailan. Mas magiging independent siya. Hindi na siya aasa lang sa tulong kasi kaya na niyang tulungan ang kanyang sarili. So, sa mas malalim na level, it's about empowerment. Hindi lang ito tungkol sa literal na isda, pwedeng tungkol sa trabaho, kaalaman, or the opportunity. Kaya kapag tinuruan mo ang tao sa paraan para mabuhay at umasenso, binibigyan mo siya ng lifetime advantage. The next question is, what is the current scenario of the world aquaculture and Philippines aquaculture? Balikan natin ang current scenario ng world aquaculture and Philippine aquaculture based sa FAO, State of World Fisheries and the Philippine Fisheries. Globally, sabi ng FAO sa State of World Fisheries and Aquaculture 2022, lumalaki ang share ng aquaculture sa total fish production. Mas mabilis ang growth nito kaysa wild capture fishing. Pero hindi lahat smooth. May challenges tulad ng overfishing sa ibang lugar, climate change, at spread ng fish diseases. So dito naman sa Pinas, ayon sa Fisheries Profile 2020, malaki ang role ng tilapia, bangus, at seaweed farming sa food supply at trabaho. Pero naapektuhan tayo ng pandemic, the transport restriction, bagsak ang presyo ng isda sa ibang area, at nabawasan ang market demand. Good thing, may mga nag-adapt, gumamit ng online selling, direct-to-consumer delivery, at mas maliit pero sustainable na production systems. So now, let's talk about the Blue Revolution. So what is Blue Revolution? So para lang siyang Green Revolution pero for aquatic food production like efficiency, technology, or sustainability. For example, yung mga paggamit ng mga recirculating aquaculture systems or the RAS, seaweed farming na environmental friendly, rice fish systems sa inland areas. So meron tayong mga pros and cons. So let's start for the pros or the advantages. So meron dyan yung mas mataas ang fish output for food security. Nag-generate ng jobs sa coastal and rural communities. And then the eco-friendly practices tulad ng mga seaweed production to help to absorb carbon. So next is the efficiency of aquaculture. So aquaculture is efficient, a lower feed conversion ratio compared to livestock. FAO data shows 1 kilogram of fish meal can now produce up to 4 kilogram of fish, and vegetable-based feeds are increasingly used. Lower land and freshwater footprints plus reduced greenhouse gas emission. Aquaculture efficiency. Ito yung isa sa pinakamagandang aspect ng aquaculture. Ang ability nito mag-convert ng feed into edible protein na mas efficient kaysa livestock. Usually, may low feed conversion ratio. Ibig sabihin, less feed, more food. Plus, meron ding mas less land, less greenhouse gases. That's why efficient siya. High food output, low environmental footprint, pero syempre depende sa management practices at feed quality. So ayan, napag-usapan natin yung mga kasabihan na may life lesson, yung current state ng aquaculture dito sa Pinas at sa buong mundo, the Blue Revolution and the pros and cons nito, at kung gaano ka-efficient ang aquaculture. So hopefully, mas na-appreciate natin kung gaano kaahalaga ang sustainable fishing at farming practices para sa future natin. Yun lang. Thank you!